What's going on, everybody? Sybil back at it like I'm checking my height. Today we are checking out 11 differences between the United States and the Netherlands. If you guys enjoy this, please make sure you go and support the content creator. Let's get into it.
Hi guys, I have
How's it
been
going?
living in the United States for about a year and a half now, and I thought it would be nice to make a video about the differences between the United States and the Netherlands.
Yeah.
For Americans that right now are thinking,
The Netherlands? Is that in Europe or something?
He lives out in Cali, right?
no,
I'm telling you right now, that's California. If you come to America, we don't sound like that. I'm just going to point that out right now. I don't sound like this, okay? We actually do that here on the East Coast to make fun of the West Coast. We're very, very broken up in culture here in America. It's very weird.
Amsterdam? See? Now you know, right? Little disclaimer, I'm gonna talk about stereotypes and cliches. Also, some things might be more Californian, really, than American. The United States are huge, and obviously there are a lot of differences in culture in the United States itself. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, so let's start positive, because later on in the video I'm gonna destroy America. No, just kidding. Number one.
You're Dutch. You're too nice. You wouldn't.
No, just kidding. Number one. Food and fatties. Let's start with a major misconception a lot of people have about the United States, because let's just be honest, Dutch people, and all Europeans for that matter, picture someone from America in your head. A stereotype American. Exactly. I bet you had something like this in mind, right?
Well, damn. Well, damn. I will say, we do have, I guess, an obesity problem. At least that's what they tell us on the news. Take that with a grain of salt. We also have a lot of sugar and fats in our foods. A lot of stuff is deep fried versus like air frying and stuff like that. Yeah, we definitely eat a lot of crazy things over here. Definitely could be more natural than they tell us it is.
Now, I lived in Florida for about a month, and I must say there were a lot more fat people over there than here in California, but still...
Here in California, see? I knew it. That's California. That's a Californian voice that he was doing in the beginning that is not stereotypical America. I'm just saying.
It wasn't
not
that
he
bad.
was saying
On
that, but
average, the difference between Dutch people or European people and American people, it's not that big of a difference. But here in California, obese people actually are pretty rare to find. Even more, I would say they're in good shape.
Not so much here in New
Hampshire. I have never seen so many fit people in my life than in Marin County, where I live. People eat organic, vegetarian, vegan, biological, all that stuff. Even if you go out for dinner, you find a lot of healthy options. Yes, in Florida and in other states, Ronald McDonald, Mr. King, and the Colonel
shout out to my Donda.
will still win.
Shut up. What? Oh. How do you pronounce that?
Ronald McDonald, Mr. King, and the Colonel will...
Colonel? It's the Colonel, bro. You're good.
And in other states,
okay. Shout out to the Colonel.
Mr. King, and the Colonel will still win. But in California,
for some reason,
not so
some
much.
titles
What I
put it as
personally
colony. I
like
turn these
about
off.
going
killing
out
me.
for dinner in America is that it's very fast. In the Netherlands, when you go out for dinner, it might take a couple of hours. And not just because of people working in the restaurant.
Normally when you go out to dinner here, it takes a couple hours too. I'd say like between 1.5, maybe 2 hours, couple hours.
Are slow, but just because people like to go out for dinner and just take their time. Me, not so much. I like the American way more. Just order, eat, and out. So, on to number two. How are you?
Oh, hi. Thank you for asking. I'm good. How are you, sir?
So, after a year and a half, I think I got the hang of it. But in the beginning, it was really weird for me. Americans greet each other all the time with, how are you? How you doing? What's up?
Yep.
How you doing?
That is so true. If you're walking down the street and you make eye contact with someone, normally the polite thing to say is, how's it going? Or, hey, just something to acknowledge that you've made eye contact, I guess. It's just the polite thing to do.
but they don't really mean this. The little joke I started
Yeah,
this
no, we definitely
subject
don't.
with actually sort
We
of
are not
happened
trying to
me
start a
few times.
conversation.
People walk by, ask me how I was doing, and I answered, "Good, thank you. How are you?" But in the meantime, they were already gone.
Yep.
Awkward. But after a while, I found a solution. Just say it first. Even though in the beginning I thought it was a little
Just say it
weird,
first, keep walking.
awkward, and sometimes even fake. But I do kind of like it because I remember back in the Netherlands when I went to school, for example, get in the bus, don't make eye contact with anybody, be on your phone, get off the bus, get into the metro, hoping you'll have a seat because it's crowded.
I missed that.
Remember back in the Netherlands when I went to school, for example,
Back in the
get in the
Netherlands?
bus, don't make eye contact with anybody, be
Why?
on your phone, get off the bus, get into the metro, hoping you'll have a seat because it's crowded as F. And then just everybody's looking down or out of the window, nobody's looking at each other, nobody's talking. I might be
Why?
exaggerating a little bit, but there's a truth in it, and I think we all know. In America, even though sometimes it might come off as fake, I feel like most of the time it's pretty genuine, and they actually just like to be nice. Except in the restaurants and in the stores. That is really fake.
Yes.
Hi guys, my name is Brian and I'm gonna be your waiter for tonight, okay? I'm gonna be here every
Working for
5
that
seconds
tip.
to fill up your glass of water that, by the way, is filled with ice for no reason, because it's f***ing cold already.
No. Ice in the drink. When you get drinks of water at the restaurant, there has to be ice in it. As the ice melts, it creates more water, slowing the drink down.
But we do it anyway. If there is anything I can do for you, please let me know, okay? Okay.
Dude, you're gonna get your 20% tip, okay? Relax. Yes, a 20% tip is normal here.
Alright.
See, that is very different. That's very different. People throughout the entire country will tip. Some people don't tip at all. At all. Doesn't matter how good they did. Doesn't matter. They could have stood on their head and served food with their toes. Nope. No tip. Nothing. Just there's some people like that. Normally, depending on how much money I actually have on me, I will definitely leave between a 10 and 20% tip. What really sucks is in the food industry, specifically for waiters and waitresses, they work for like $2 an hour and depend on tips. So it's very, very unfair for them. I don't know. I feel like that system needs to be overhauled.
Number 3, the nightlife. Another misconception, at least on my part. When I came to the States, I thought everything was big. Portions are huge, cars are huge, etc.
Nah.
So I thought the clubs
The
and
cities.
the bars would be huge too. People going crazy, dancing, going wild. The stuff you see in the movies.
Can't.
The truth is,
If you have a crowd too big, it's technically considered inciting a riot. And over, I think, like, was it like 30, 40, 50 people, something stupid like that, there has to be like a firefighter, a cop present. Like, we're not allowed to have assemblies.
here in San Francisco, there are not many huge clubs, or at least I didn't find.
I don't want to say we can't have assemblies. We can have assemblies, but there has to be like authority present, like crowd control present, like all of those things. For some strange reason, we're not allowed to just have a good time.
Any. A few, but not that many. Most of the going out is done in little bars. Also, everything closes at 2. That's definitely different.
We're very, very dependent on mom and pop stuff. So if there's like a local one that somebody in the town runs, that's where we go. Like I have 2 restaurants in town. I won't even go literally anywhere else. I won't go to another town to get food. I won't, like, if I'm already in another town far away, then I'll get food. But like if I'm going to order food and we're already on the way back, normally we'll just order from in town because, we want to support the small, place that we come from.
It's done in little bars. Also, everything closes at 2. That's definitely different. I remember nights coming home at 7 saying good morning to my dad, who was on his way to his job already. Of course, there are probably places that you can go to if you really want to party. Vegas, I've heard New Orleans has a pretty good nightlife.
New Orleans.
I would think New York, maybe.
New
There's
Orleans.
Some good places there too. But in general, the nightlife
York's
in the
alright.
States, it's
New York's
not that
mostly
spectacular.
dead in the middle of
the
the night,
frat
though.
parties, though.
Yes.
That's another story.
Yes.
Numero 4. Number 4. Traffic and public transportation.
Oh my god. Like, literally. Okay?
Seriously, I think I'm gonna make a separate video about the traffic and that kind of stuff because it is ridiculous. I can
It
talk
is.
hours about this shit. I know in the Netherlands we like to complain about.
I want to say there's a train that leaves Grand Central. If it like, oh, what was it? Oh, I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank now. Was it like 30 seconds or every minute or something? There's another metro leaving the station. Like it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of traffic we have around here. If you come to New York, right? Don't bother renting a car. Just walk. Just make sure everything you're doing is within walking distance. And if it's not, take a cab. Because what the cabbies do in New York is they actually hit people and they will push them out of your way. Like bicyclists, people, they don't give any F's when it comes to getting you to where you need to go. So I'm telling you, just take a cab. Everybody else's car will be destroyed by the time you get there, but it won't be on you. It'll be on them. And you won't have to worry about explaining to the rental company why your car is all messed up. Because they don't really care that you drove through New York and everybody hit you. That doesn't matter. Insurance would have to cover it. Like all that stuff, you'd have to pay a deductible. And you don't want to be paying anything American. I'm telling you right now, if you guys come over to America and you go to like New York in the big city and stuff, don't even bother buying or renting a car. Specifically New York. They're very, very bumper to bumper. Anywhere else East Coast, like Northeast Coast, you're pretty much good. New York, very rough. And the Parkway through Connecticut, that's like 115. You guys will be used to it. We're not here still. It's crazy. You'll see cars falling apart driving. All right, let's go.
Ridiculous. I can talk hours about this shit. I know in the Netherlands we like to complain about other drivers and the public transport. If the train is 10 minutes late, everybody's going, oh, or if it's snowing 2 times a year, the trains are not going. I know.
If it's snowing
It's
2
annoying.
times a year.
But this, you've never seen such a thing in your life. There are so many drivers that have no idea what they're doing.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying I'm Michael Schumacher or Toretto, but at least I know where my fucking blinkers are. Okay?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. Yes. If there's any Americans out there, use your damn blinkers. And stop trying to cut everybody off the traffic. Let people move in front of you for once. It's crazy driving out here. 75 miles an hour, everybody gotta cut each other off because they gotta get to the exit first.
Why do they still make these things?
And just so everybody knows, on-ramps are meant to speed up. Don't slow down when you merge onto the highway, okay?
In American cars, I have no idea because nobody uses them. You're driving behind a car and you're
I
going,
do.
I
I
don't know,
promise I
40
do.
miles an hour. And all of a sudden, the guy in front of you decides to slow down to 5 miles an hour in 4 seconds because he has to make a left turn. But nobody knows because nobody uses blinkers. As I said before, I can give 100 examples.
Make sure you
of
watch for
stuff
brake
I see
lights.
in traffic here.
Pay a lot
Then
of
it's gonna be
attention driving
a 40-minute
here.
long video, and yeah, let's not go there. To be continued. Oh,
Yeah.
and public transport.
If he has this video out, definitely let me know. I already like this guy. We're only like 6 minutes in. Let's go.
Is there any? Because I haven't seen it. It's like there is none. It doesn't work.
Hold on, where?
And yeah, let's not go there. To be continued. Oh, and public transport? Is there any? Because
Yes.
I haven't seen it. It's like
Yes, there's mad public transport. You can get those rental bikes. You can get, there's buses that run everywhere. California has a lot of the old trolleys that run through the streets still. Like the trolley cars and stuff. Well, maybe they don't have as many as they used to, but from what I remember, they have a lot of trolley cars. At least that's what we think of. Like when you think of San Francisco, you think of the trolley cars and stuff like that. But like I said, when you come over to here, northeast side, really the East Coast, north and like severe south, like Florida, Georgia, you know what I mean? Where there's cities. If you're not in a city, no, there's no public transportation. No, you're walking everywhere. Like that part kind of sucks. I live out in the woods, and there's no public transportation around. I couldn't even walk to a bus station if I tried. I had to walk 5 miles home one day because my truck broke down. That was fun.
there is none. It doesn't work. It takes hours to get somewhere if you want to use it. For a Western first world country, it's really sad.
Big
Number
cities is where
5.
that's
Let's
at.
stay in the traffic-y kind of subject. Cars versus bikes. The Netherlands is one of the
Way more
most densely
cars.
populated countries in the world. I believe Amsterdam is the most densely populated big city in Europe. This is very different from the USA. Of course, the cities can be dense, but once you go out of the city, there can be miles of nothing. I've seen signs on
Literally
the side of the
nothing.
road saying, you better get gas now because in the next 100 miles, you ain't gonna find any. By the way, miles? Really? It's 2018, okay? You should understand by now that our system is better. Why?
No.
Just look at it.
No.
Does this make sense?
No.
Yes.
No.
Does this make sense?
Yes.
No. Anyway,
No, it
so
definitely doesn't.
because the Netherlands is so small and there are relatively so many people,
But still ours
we
is
use
better.
the bike a lot.
America.
We use them to visit our friends, we use them to go grocery shopping, we use them to go to our jobs, whatever, for everything. Of course, we do have cars, but we don't use them as much as Americans do. Also, if I would drive, for example, a Volkswagen Golf in America, people would consider it very small. And if I would drive the same car in the Netherlands, people would think it's average, like a normal sized car. Number 6.
That is very true.
Basically, in the US,
You don't have any.
if you don't have any money and something happens, you're screwed. In the
Yep.
Netherlands, you can be broke and on welfare, but you will always find a way to pay for your doctor bills. Number 7. Oh, did you see that? Languages. In general, I would say Americans speak just one language, which
Yes.
obviously is English. In the
Yes.
Netherlands, everybody...
Well, that's not exactly true. There is a huge, huge Spanish influence here. There's a lot of people that speak many, 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 many different languages. Yeah, many different languages. Lots. Lots. We are definitely a melting pot. When it comes to English, it's honestly hit or miss. A lot of people learn it, especially the ones that come from out of country and immigrate to America. And yeah, there's a lot of Indian stores where they speak broken English or they don't really speak English at all. We have a lot of different cultures that live in this country. English has become more of like a first and second language, even though they don't put as much into schooling as they should to teach us the other languages that are prominent in our country. It's like you have the option to. I guess more so now they force you to take language, but I don't know. School systems are a whole nother thing.
Everybody speaks Dutch. Pretty much everybody speaks English. And a lot of people either speak a little bit of French or a little bit of German. Numero 8. Number 8. Gun control. Well, let's not start a debate because, yeah, I think we noticed that that's not going anywhere. But it's definitely a big difference. So it belongs on the list. In the USA, in some states, you are allowed to bear arms. And in the Netherlands, no. No. Not happening. So, yeah, short one. What number? Number 9. Talking on the phone. Personally, when I get a phone call, I like to hide somewhat. I like to go to another room.
I am the same way. Keep your conversations private. You don't need to broadcast your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get your head stuck between like a chair. You know what I mean? The little arms of the chair or something. People don't need to know that stuff. You know, they don't need to know what you stepped in or who you saw going out to the club with whoever. No one cares. No one cares. Everybody broadcasts their information around here. It sucks. People are very and then they look at you funny when you're like, what the hell's going on with this person? They look at you like, what the fuck are you listening to my conversation for? And you kind of have to ask yourself, was I?
I get a phone call, I like to hide somewhat. I like to go to another room. I might be an example of overdoing it. That's maybe a little too weird. But
No.
here, hey,
I agree.
You have not seen anything like it. In America, people really don't give a crap.
Hey Tim. No, nothing much. Just shopping at Walmart. Yeah, how about you? Okay, yeah, cool.
Dude, why are you on speaker? It's a phone. You can hold it to your ear. That's what it's made for. Number 10. Political correctness. Sure,
Oh, gosh.
it's good to be nice, but I think people here might take life a little too serious. Especially
Yes.
when you notice comedians getting into trouble because some jokes they made on stage. And yeah, hey, it's a joke. That's the thing. That's what comedians do, right? It's a joke.
Agreed.
Relax.
Yep.
I feel like in the Netherlands we're a little
So many people here are so stuck up. It's crazy.
comedians do, right? It's a joke. Relax. I feel like in the Netherlands we're a little more down to earth, and when something is a joke and it's obvious that it is a joke, then people won't really make a big deal out of it. Although I must say that I've
Cat got in
noticed
here
that
earlier.
we're getting more and more like America. So yeah, I want to say watch out, Dutch people. Let's not go there. If we continue driving down that road, then in a few years nobody is allowed to say anything anymore and everybody is offended all the time.
Welcome to America 2020.
And it's just boring.
One.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make jokes about everything. That's freedom of speech, right? And yes,
No.
there is a difference between making a joke and being a
We don't-
dick. And,
Yes, yes.
I think intelligent people, normal people, should be able to realize when something is a joke
Yes.
and when something is offensive.
Yes.
All right, last but not least, directness. I think Americans are way less direct than Dutch people, which has a lot to do with the last subject, political correctness. They don't
And I think part of that comes because Americans are very willing. I feel like a lot of people just look for a fight. You know what I mean? You'll walk somewhere and people will just walk into you. And you get that meme turnaround where you both turn around and look at each other. But you know each person is looking like, you want to square up? Is this it right now? We have a very confrontational attitude towards things in that manner. But on the other hand, a lot of people won't say what they mean. They'll like beat around the bush. You know, it's very strange.
really want to offend people and just they want people to like them, which of course can be a very good thing, but for me it can be annoying sometimes.
Yes.
Just get to the point. We Dutch
Yes.
people, or at least me and most Dutch people I know, are very direct. If we have a problem, we tell the problem. If something's wrong, we say what's wrong.
See, in America, people might ask you what's wrong. They don't give a shit. They don't care. Then they'll complain to you because you're talking about your feelings or something. Like, it's weird.
We just say what's up. We let people know exactly how we feel, and I think here that might come off as rude, but we feel that's honest. So what would be rude here would be considered honest in the Netherlands, which is a big
It's all
difference.
about that
Well guys,
confrontation.
that was it. That was the video. If you liked the video, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you
I'd
missed
give you two
anything
if I
in the
could,
video,
brother.
let me know. All feedback is welcome. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao.
All right, you guys heard him. Get on over to that channel. Make sure you go support the creator on this one. Then come back and let me know, or let me know first. Google form. Hit us up on Discord. Come and hang out. I have a little request tab down there. You'll find it right under Simple Reacts. I'm like second to last in the menu there. Just go find me. Come on over to Discord. Links in the description. Check out one of the other videos before you take off, and I'll catch you on the next one.